Surprise, surprise, we have found yet another way to exploit Mondrak's ability in today's video. And today, we're doing it in Reanimator. That's right, today we're talking about another Mondrak build, but this one's going to look a lot different than the ones we've seen in the past because it's not a tokens deck. It's really going to be hard focused on exploiting Mondrak's ability with Dollhouse of Horrors, a 5-mana artifact that reanimates creatures from the graveyard back to the battlefield as a 1/1 token version of itself with haste. So we want to make sure all the creatures we have either have great ETB effects like Sanctuary Warden and Duskmangler, or some great attacking effects like the Cityscape Leveler, being able to blow things up. So that way Mondrak is going to be creating 2 copies of these creatures when they come back from the graveyard and getting double the value when they hit the field. The rest of the deck looks very much like an Esper mid-range deck because believe it or not, Raffine and Obscure Interceptor with their Connive ability helps fill the graveyard very, very easily. And they're just some great bodies to help us, control the pacing of the game and attacking in, gaining life, things like that. So it's a really well-rounded deck with some great tools and has a really, really fun win con. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this one. But if you guys don't know and you're new here, we do post videos typically 5 days a week. So if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe, like, all that stuff helps out so very much. And I'd greatly appreciate it. Sorry guys, sure you can tell already, but I've lost my voice and I apologize for that. But we'll see you guys at the end of the video, and enjoy. Peace out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is a fun day. We have an Esper Raffine deck, but this Raffine deck is not your typical mid-range. We're looking to do Dollhouse of Horrors and fill the graveyard up with that Raffine's Connive ability. And we're also trying to take advantage of Mondrak because Mondrak will copy tokens today, and with the Dollhouse of Horrors, that's what we're hoping for, man. And we're up against Mono Red first, right out of the gates. Not too much of an issue for us today, though. I've been having some pretty good success against Mono Red, and we're going first this time around, so I feel pretty good about this, especially with the hand that we've got here. I'd imagine a Play with Fire. Okay, Phoenix Chick, not nearly as bad. All right, we drop a Raffine for sure, and maybe a tap land. Yeah, probably a tap land. All right, that'll work. Taking me down to 18, and we'll definitely go with the Raffine here because it can block high against that Phoenix Chick, and it's a big body with ward, so getting rid of it with Mono Red is going to be very tough to do. They'd have to, obviously run into it with an attack, and I'd have to defend, and they'd have to throw a fireball at it. So either way, we're in pretty good shape. Which looks like that's exactly what they want to do here. They're probably going to throw like a lightning strike at it, I would assume. But hey, again, pretty net positive for us. We get a card out of their hand. We take down the Phoenix Chick. They pay all their mana to make this play. I will take it. Not a bad land to find there. And then we'll go with the Interceptor here. Probably sending back something pretty big. Thundering Raiju, maybe. Okay, well, we can't. If we send that back, they're just going to recast it. So let's just let them have it. Hopefully there's another 2-drop here coming down. Doesn't appear to be. All right, a little bit of a bummer, but that's fine. We will drop the Mondrak here so we can grow this as big as possible because I want to make sure we get as much life gain out of this as possible. And we will take down the 1/2 over here. And we go back to 13, and we found ourselves a Shieldred's Edict, by the way, which is fantastic. We will attack into the opponent here. Again, we'll just kind of rinse repeat what we did last turn here. We'll go with the Interceptor, hopefully bouncing something back to their hand. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm losing my voice. My apologies on that. And that's something. They're gonna be able to kick it, so I think that's a good reason for us to Interceptor it and make them replay it. Warden is good, but I don't have, well, I do have the mana next turn to play it. I guess we will drop the Edict, huh? That's tough. That's a tough drop for us there, but I feel like it's necessary to get down to Warden next turn. And they play a Squee instead. Nice. All right, them attacking with the Squee's a mistake. It's just kind of giving me 4 life. If they didn't attack with the Squee there, I might not have blocked. Okay, well, Like I said, we get down the Warden here. And I really don't see how they come back from this, if I'm being honest, but, you know, we'll see. We're gaining 8 off this transaction, going to 23. The opponent's in a lot of trouble. Like I said, the Interceptor, a very big key player and a role player here against Mono Red. We've been against Mono Red a few times today, and I found a lot of success with this card. It's just been a very, very good piece to the puzzle for this matchup. All right, they're going to hit one of them with a lightning strike. Yep. No surprises there. None whatsoever. They are going to swing probably with everybody here. Okay. Now, the question becomes, do we want to draw another card next turn or just kind of let this all slide through? I mean, what is it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. We'll eat it. We will eat it, and that'll do it. That will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Mono Red goes down. Game number 1. Love that feeling. I can't tell you how much I love that feeling, but very nice start to the video. Let's go on to the next one. Little rank up there. All right, let's go, man. What a good way to start off the video. I do want to address something real quick, though. I know I dropped a video last Friday about how to attack the Mono Red meta if you're running into it a lot, and built a deck around it. And we made, you know, we picked fun at it, Mono Red a little bit, but a lot of people actually took it personal, and I get that. A lot of people, I'm sure, I mean, obviously are playing Mono Red. There's a ton of people playing it. So if you play Mono Red, I have nothing against you or the deck that you play. I think it's very important that Mono Red is in the system. It's part of Magic, and makes for that, you know, diversity of deck builds, and it's important. I just, you know, just poking fun last Friday with it, and you know, the whole deck was themed against it, so decided to have some fun with it. So just let you know, I don't hate Mono Red. It's just if I had to choose a deck I didn't want to go against probably the most right now, it would be Mono Red, just because I see it the most. I literally see it day in and day out. So just a little tired of it, that's all. All right. Shieldred's Edict gonna be a little helpful here. Hopefully it's Rakdos. Hopefully my eyes are deceiving me. We'll see. It's not looking that way, is it? It's not looking that way. All right. Shieldred's Edict, not gonna be too helpful here because I don't want to get rid of a 1/1 when we're gonna have bigger threats to have to deal with here. So, well, I guess it's a pretty good card. Slows them down a little bit. Instead of taking 2, I take the 1. Takes care of one of the bodies, and then I can get into either a Celestis here, or I can get into a Rafine. Rafine's obviously a better blocker, but then if they just hit me with like a burn spell, it gets a little bit of a pump. I'm gonna go with the Celestis just to ensure that I can hit either my Interceptor or my Depopulate next turn. Rafine, it could get blown up, and I'd also have to attack with it to cycle some cards through and maybe find a land, so that's a little tricky as well. All right, looks like I get, you know, to have my cake and eat it too. Would you look at that? Could have held up the Interceptor there, but, you know, it's fine. It's all good. Like I said, a simple play with fire takes care of Rafine at this point. They've got two of these Warfares on the field. Can't block that. Gonna eat 5 damage. Bummer. And I'm gonna pass the turn back to them. Yes, maybe, no. Yeah, because Rafine could end up being a blocker for us here. I know we're giving the Storm Chaser a pump here. We also get to draw a card though. Let's drop this. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Swift Spear. I wish it was like a 2 or 3 drop, but a Swift Spear, not enough. Gosh darn it, man. You got one more 1 drop? No, of course not. All right. Interceptor, not as good against Mono Red as far as like bouncing stuff though, because with all these 1/1s, if we bounce them back to their hands, they just are forced to replay them and they're good to go. So, see what happens here. not much happens. They just send through every attacker like we figured they would. Interceptor comes in. We get to cycle a card away here, hopefully getting bigger. The opponent looks like they might be blowing up the interceptor, which if they do blow up the interceptor, it gives me a reason to pull the Doomscar trigger, so we'll see. Yep. Okay. So if we're pulling the Doomscar card this turn, we might as well block as much damage as possible, right? So let's go ahead and block here. Have I been saying Doomscar? I've been calling this card Doomscar since day one. It's a depopulate. My apologies. All right, so we've got one more depopulate. We're at 6. Not having a interceptor is gonna make things very, very difficult for us. All right, that's actually a really solid pull right there. Huge. Gives me extra chump blockers, and we get to block in the air, and we get to draw cards. It's like the perfect combo. The opponent clearly has a burn spell for us, so we got to be on the lookout for that. No dollhouse yet. Would really like to find a dollhouse and a Mondrak to get that going. All right. Anything else from the opponent here? Just a blood token, so it's a land. Okay. And the last card's a land as well. Let's go. That little priority stop, we can kind of tell. Okay, so we will go with the Rafine. That way we can draw as most amount of cards as possible. Let's get this some counters. We find the dollhouse, ladies and gentlemen. We find it. Okay. All right. And did we already play a land this turn? We did. Okay. So we'll end our turn here and we'll go with the Faithful Mending that can gain us 2 life. All right, there you are. Toast. Let's go. Another mono red player down, dude. That one was a lot more tricky to navigate just because of all the war, warfares up top here. But man, I'm glad they didn't find any more creatures, because by them blowing up our interceptor, that got a little tricky. So good stuff. Man, this thing is so much fun to play. It's incredible. We didn't even get to do the dollhouse stuff either. I'd like to have like maybe more of like a mid-range matchup to where we can get a little bit going here, maybe like a mono black, so we can kind of show you guys exactly what this thing can do when it's firing on all cylinders. But we get the Mondrak, we get the Cityscape Leveler. We're looking good. And we might have the matchup we want. So this could be it, guys. This could be a great turn for a great game for us. Golgari. Okay. That doesn't hurt us all that much, does it? I am worried to use the Shieldred's Edict on the Liliana, especially when it's kind of helping us right now. Let's not do that right away. I think I'm gonna get the Mondrak out of the way for a moment. I can always get it back later with the they clearly would just minus on that. Okay, let's pass the turn. Let's see what they do. They're obviously gonna plus this, but after they plus it, maybe we'll Shieldred's Edict it. We don't know yet. The opponent is playing some big hitters, right? So we got to take out their creatures as they come. Could be a Shieldred we might need to take care of. We'll see. But they do plus it.
We all have things we forget.
All right, cool. This is actually really good for us. So what's going to happen now is we're going to pass the turn back to the opponent here. We're going to hold the Interceptor instant speed. We're going to connive with it, obviously, and then probably follow that up by bringing in a Shieldred. I'm sorry, a Scheming Seer, a Rafine, and then pump this up when we attack through. This is gonna be really good. I screwed up. I screwed up. That was a mistake on my part. I was so busy trying to talk you guys through what I was about to do that I forgot to actually pull the trigger on it. We're gonna take 3 damage unnecessarily because we could have bounced that Tenacious Underdog back to their hand here. So that's a little bit of a bummer. So we allow it. They are going to get a card. All of that's such a bummer, but it's all good. We go ahead and hit the interceptor here. Nice. We drop another interceptor. Beautiful. Okay, here's what's going to happen now. We're going to go ahead and, like I said, drop down a Rafine. Attack through here. We definitely don't need a Doomscar, I would imagine. Nice. We get a Dollhouse. All right, just a little bummed at myself for allowing them again to get that extra card. Could have bounced that Tenacious Underdog back to their hand. I misplayed that quite a bit. And drag to the bottom. Okay, Rafine does survive that attack. All right, so we do kind of need to find a land here on the next turn, because if I can't get the Dollhouse down, we might be in trouble. Nice. We're chilling now. This game is going to be very hard for the opponent to come back from. All right, Shielder's Edict, making that big enough to kill Liliana. Love it. All right, now the Dollhouse. We keep slamming Dollhouse creatures down. We got 2 Cityscape Levelers in the yard. Like, this is going to be really, really good, especially if they play permanents. Obviously, did we find a? Okay, we didn't find, unfortunately, a Sanctuary Warden. We'll go ahead and take the Dominus first. The Mondrak. Let's go. We attack through. All right, they go down to 13. We end our turn. We still have Shielder's Edict to use at instant speed and a Faithful Mending if we want it. They are going to kill... not the Mondrak. Nope, not allowing that. So, drop the Rafine. That's all good with me. And then they have no mana left over. They probably have 1 land here to play. It's a green source, not enough to kill Mondrak. All right, let's see what we hit here. Hopefully we get something good. Sanctuary Warden, maybe. All right, nothing great. Let's get this down. And let's go get... Man, double Cityscape Leveler seems fun, but I think I'd rather get this down, because there's nothing for me to destroy on their side of the field, right? So it's like... that could be really good, actually, doubling down on this. All right, do we have enough for lethal here, actually? No, down to 2. Okay, down to 2. We go to 27. Mondrak still on the field, getting double tokens from the Dollhouse. We got a backup Dollhouse in case they, I don't know, run Terra Sunder out here or something. But Dig Up goes for any card they want. They've only got 2 mana. I believe that's going to be game, even with my little bit of a hiccup there in the middle of the game where I missed the Interceptor play. But there it is, GG's. Sorry again that I missed that Interceptor play. That was pretty silly. Definitely rushed through that one a little bit. So we live, we learn. On to the next one. All right, I'm glad we got to at least showcase to you guys what it looked like with the Mondrak, Dollhouse, that kind of stuff. It's even better. I'm telling you guys, we've played plenty of games where we gotten the Dollhouse down, that same combo, and they've had permanents that we've blown up with the Cityscape Leveler. That was a good time, man. We actually had a game where someone had 3 Urabrask's Forges out on the field, and we were down to like 2 life, and we completely deleted every Forge with the Levelers. It was so much fun. Requisitioner and a Naya deck, okay. This does give them a treasure. Let's see what they do here, though, with this attack. If they want to maybe invest a little bit more into the Requisitioner, or what? No. All right, we are giving them a treasure here, but all we're trying to do is buy ourselves some time. Our deck takes a little bit of time to set up, so that's all we're trying to do. Wedding announcement. Okay, I can live with that. Is this a tokens deck, though, or like... Requisitioner kind of like throws me for a loop if we're running wedding announcement, because Naya wedding announcement screams Naya tokens. I get that. Don't really get where the Requisitioner comes in yet, though. Okay, that's all for my opponents, and we pass the turn again. We'll go ahead and intercept or something out here, hopefully something big. I mean, that's the whole point of wanting to run the interceptor. It's to hit something big enough where they can't recast for the turn. Nothing, huh? Wow. All right. Interceptor coming in, not getting any hits. We are going to connive away probably the Cityscape Leveler. This is an opponent where the Leveler will come in big handy here against, you know, wedding announcements and stuff like that. Opponent not doing a whole lot of anything right now. Wandering Emperor definitely could be their move this next turn though. Well, why wouldn't they play it last turn? They had the treasure that whole time, right? Voltage Surge. Okay, I didn't expect that. So they're running a lot of artifact stuff. These treasures, I'm assuming, are the key to that engine. So we'll see a lot more treasure generation, I'm sure. All good. We take another 2, 4. They're cruising along, man, and we're struggling to find what we need here. I think we need like a depopulate or something like that. All right, we will try to... Well, actually, this will resolve. There aren't any counter spells, so this will hit the field at least. And then we'll take a shield counter. Bummer. Another land. You hate to see it. All right, let's just hope the Warden doesn't get hit with some sort of exiling effect here. It looks like Voltage Surge might be their main, you know, their main way of dealing with problems. I don't love the idea of blocking here against the 2-2 though with the Warden. Obviously, you know, we killed the 2-2, but I'm gonna let it slide through because I could use that shield counter for more card draw, and I really think that's important here. So Mondrak, okay, that makes things fun. Let's see what happens here. Another land. Bummer. All these lands, man. Wandering Emperor. Yep, we had a feeling. We had a feeling they had something. Oh. They exile? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, good. Thought they were creating a 2-2. I don't know why. My brain just stopped working there for a second. Okay. And we play the tap land and the Mondrak, and then we still have Shieldred's Edict, which is kind of nice. Do we use the Edict now on the Wandering Emperor? It's not that scary with the 1 loyalty on it, but it could put 1/1 counters onto these 2-2s. We don't really care too much about that. Man, but what if they don't play something better and I'm just stuck holding the Edict like a dummy? All right. We have 7 lands currently. 1 more to go for the Cityscape Leveler, but we could just hard cast the Dusk Mangler too, which is pretty sweet. Destroy Evil. Okay, Mondrak's gone. I could really use a Dollhouse of Horrors right about now, though. That'd be great. I'm pretty okay with where we're sitting at, though. I mean, granted, we're at 9, they're at 18. It doesn't feel great, but... And they've had answers, too, for a lot of the stuff, which is a bummer. But Naya doesn't scare me too much, to be honest. Maybe it should. Maybe it should. I just haven't seen anyone running a deck like this yet. And there's the Golgari. We knew that was coming at some point. All right, so yeah, now I'm a little worried. This is where the game starts to look a little trickier, because now they're going to get treasures and they turn them into a cat or a dog. And we need to find that depopulate like yesterday, so... Do they choose the cat with haste or the dog? They choose the dog. They choose the dog. We're going to double block one of these. Okay. We cannot catch a break, can we? All right, discard a card for sure. All right, they discard a card. They take 4. They sack a creature, which I'm sure they're going to lose their 2/2. Yep. And then I have a good blocker against most of their field. So I would imagine the only thing they send through here is that dog. Guess we play this as a land. That way we get the Leveler next turn to blow some stuff up. You never know. We might be able to get through for lethal. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not quite, huh? Not quite. All right. Surprised they didn't make a hasty cat there. I bet they might have had the finisher. The cat would have been 3 power. Or... All right, that's 8 damage, so I do have to make a block here, which is a bummer. That is, in fact, a bummer. There's another treasure, which becomes another animal. It comes down to the depopulate. It's depopulate or bust at this point. Just did not draw well here in this game. We drew a lot of lands. Right on cue. All right. I mean, it's our last shot here at depopulate. Is this right? All right. That was a bad game. Bad game. Well played, though. I like their deck a lot. I'm a big fan of those Naya token decks, especially the Ginny Fae Gala Greeters combo. Absolutely love that. I think that's amazing. It took them a while to assemble the pieces, but man, when they did, it's tough to beat. We had the answer, but we just, we couldn't find it, couldn't dial it in. So GG's. All right, well, it stinks to know you had a shot at it, but just didn't quite get there. It's all good though. But opening hand, let's see. I get to go first. Celestis, Warden's in hand. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Hopefully the Celestis, can transform once before Dollhouse comes down, and then we can get the Warden into the graveyard. But we draw a Rafine. It's pretty solid. Mono black, huh? This is gonna be another good matchup for us. Do we go with the Rafine or the Celestis? It's a tough decision. Actually, a really tough decision. I think I'm gonna go Celestis here. Okay, they hit us with the Z's. All right, we gotta beat this opponent. That's all I needed. That's all the motivation I needed right there. All right, so if they go with like the Graveyard Trespasser on 3 here is why I kind of went this route. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Obscura Interceptor, and it will drop the Warden. Obscura Interceptor, we're probably gonna hit back a Shieldred or something. If not, okay, that's fine. If not, we just drop an Interceptor down. We make a good block against the Praetor here, or not. Don't need 3 of those. Could use another land here though, so I can activate the Dollhouse immediately upon entry. That would be nice. And it's a Bank Buster. Okay. Take action. All right. Thank goodness. I was gonna say we didn't hit it. That would have been such a bummer. All right, Dollhouse. Let's get back the Warden. And we attack into the opponent. Okay, no way you're gonna give me the Z's for this, man. No way. No shot. No shot. You can have that all day long. My Dollhouse is safe from your invoke. Nice try, my friend. Nice try. That is what I'm talking about, man. This matchup is just so good for us. It really, really is. There's not a whole lot that can hurt us from mono black. Yeah, I mean, Graveyard Hate obviously would be a little annoying. Graveyard Trespasser, but we'll take that all day. Oh, that one felt good. I really do like when the opponents kind of talk a little trash. It's pretty funny. It keeps things entertaining. It keeps things fun. Oh, the opponent goes first. I do have Depopulate and Shieldred's Edict, which is kind of a reason why I want to keep this hand, man, but I mean, I kind of want to keep it. This is such a bad idea, though. We're going to definitely lose because of this keep, but we'll see. All right, so we're seeing some Jund colors from the opponent already. Jund. We see green as their primary, though, so that's probably pretty aggressive, maybe. I hope so, because our hand would definitely like it if it's like mono green. Okay, cool. I'm not going to waste an Edict on that just yet because it's not threatening us in any way at the moment. Let's go Rafine. Actually, do I? Yeah, I was gonna say, do I have the right colors here? But I do. I just found blue. Perfect. All right, Rafine's down. I may still end up using a Depopulate at some point, so it's actually a really good find right there. So if I kill this, search your library up for 3 land cards. Reveal them, put in your hand and shuffle, or create an XX spirit token where it's land you control. All right, 5 mana to cast that. I think I'm gonna attack. Take it out. All right. I don't love it. I don't love killing any of those spirit dragons just because they get so much value upon death, and it's just like, you just don't want to see that, but it's all good. I still have a Shieldred's Edict. They have plenty of lands now, and they're looking to do the Titania command play, which is really cool. I respect that a lot. Another Stomper. Okay, this is about the time we're going to want to go ahead and run out the Depopulate, that's for sure. They do have a Reach creature, so we got to keep that in mind going forward. So if we attack into the opponent here, this is a 3/4. They can't kill this. There's no chance I can kill them either, but at least we get some card advantage, like card draw, discard sort of effect. So let's do it. Let's attack in. And we drop the leveler. They make a chump block here. All good. And the beautiful thing about this is we're actually going to get a card. They're not. All right, cool. And it looks like we're going to be playing Warden straight up, which is fine. Totally fine. Another Titania would be a bummer. They're starting to build up that, you know, graveyard situation with 2 lands. They need 4 though. All right, that's tough because they're going to create a 4/4 Rhino, which is a bummer. All right. Gonna go with non-token creature here, and then I'll probably just go with the Interceptor and maybe make a chump block on the 4/4 Rhino here and send something maybe back to their hand. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. That's the one. Okay. That's the one right there. We send that back to the hand. We do not want to see that right this moment. All right. Nothing from the opponent there on that turn. Let's go with this is tricky, man. This is really tricky because now we got to figure out a way to deal with this. We have the answer here. I could bounce this with this, right? Which is fantastic, but then they're just left with the Kodama as an option to... I guess we attack. Hopefully they block with the 4/4. That would take care of that problem. Okay, cool. They block with the 4/4, right? And then this costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we Shieldred's Edict on that. All right, perfect. That's what we'll do. So we'll end our turn. Because we have to kill Ava Bruck. There's no way around that. We have to kill Ava Bruck. So I'm just trying to figure out and finesse a way to do that. We don't know the other 2 cards in hand. It could change things here. And it certainly does. Dang it. Wow, that's tough. That is really tough. Had they not had another creature there, we could have got the Ava Bruck taken care of. That is unfortunate. Okay. Let's go with this. See which one they sack here. They sack the Beast Caller, sure. We send it back to the kitchen. We need more time in the kitchen on that one. And then we will probably just play this. Let's get some cards, man. We need some cards. Another Warden, not bad. I'll take it. All right, Kodama doesn't do much for us right now, but the 1/1 counters make things very tough. All right. We're in it, guys. We're in the mix right now. We got to find a depopulate ASAP. ASAP. All right, let's get another one of these down. Faithful Mending. Faithful Mending. All right, let's get this in. Draw another card. Looking desperately for a depopulate. Even though the boards are somewhat even, this Ava Bruck's going to run away with it really fast, especially because they're giving trample to everything. This is going to get real tricky. What did that do exactly? Create 2/2 bear and mill 3 cards. Okay. Ooh, Dollhouse is huge, but doesn't do us much good if it's nighttime the way it is right here. So tricky, man. Okay, so let's go Dollhouse. Let's go Celestis. That'll turn it back to daytime, right? And they have reach now, so there's no reason to go for an attack over the top with a 7/7 out there. So we pass the turn, turn it back to daytime. We really hope they make a play here though, because if it goes back to nighttime, could be a problem. But I could just click on the Celestis, turn it back to day, then send out the Cityscape Leveler. Oh, they can hit my graveyard with that thing? I thought they could only hit their graveyard. That's actually bad. Shoot. Okay. Well, that might have got on the W. That's tough. That's tough. Sorry, my allergies. Give me 1 second. All right, they have access to their entire graveyard's worth of land, which is such a bummer. Man, yeah, it just comes back down to the problem we had before. We have to find a depopulator bust. All right, here we go. I think Mondrak coming down though, and then getting back a Warden is the play here because we can draw extra amount of cards. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. I believe. Come on. All right, well, that 5/5's dead, but we're going to get it back next turn with the dollhouse, which is kind of why I sent it through. And we'll end the turn. We have an interceptor. Helpful. Helpful. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's helpful. Got a ton of chump blockers, but it doesn't help in a world of trample. So this Kodama giving everybody trample is going to be quite the problem they get around. And now they can play things too off the, you know. Here comes Nissa. Wow. All right. Choose permanent from graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast a card. If you do. Okay, so let them try to cast this. And then we do this. Let's do this. Send us back. They can't cast another spell this turn too, which is great. Man, this being able to give everything trample and all that nonsense is going to be a nightmare. All right. Here we go. What? I thought there was a... did it go to exile? It went to exile. Okay, for some reason it had gone to exile. I must have missed an effect there somewhere. That's not good. That's not good. All right, our last shot at this. There it is. Oof. Ooh, okay. Let's get this out of the... Actually, let's get this out of here. All right, so now what we do is we attack through with everything. I mean, why not, right? Send everything through. Shield counter. Shield counter. Okay. But not having the Cityscape Leveler is such an issue here because the Cityscape Leveler is the only thing that can blow up that conduit. And the conduit's going to be a problem because it's going to keep getting back things like Avabruck that I can't deal with. But if they cast from the graveyard, it's the only spell they can do that turn, which is nice. So... this is probably a good reason for me to do this, right? Well, actually cancel. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So we got to take some damage here. Do this. Auto pay. Give this indestructibility. Okay, now we send everybody through. Okay, and now we depopulate. All right. And now we bring back Sanctuary Warden. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, cool. I think we got this, guys. Holy. I sure hope we got it. This is tough. Obviously, there's some things, again, from the graveyard they can cast, but if they go from the graveyard, the big downside to Conduit of Worlds is the only play they can do for that one turn. So if they go get an Ava Bruck, that's not enough. All right, this comes down. This gives a big body, but it can't attack right away, which is great. And whenever it enters the battlefield, or cast, whenever you cast. So that's not gonna get you a free trigger. Nice. What a find. What a find. Kind of want multiples though. Kind of want multiple cityscape levelers here. All right, I think that's it. That's game right there. Dollhouse, cityscape leveler, Dollhouse, Rafine. No. Yeah, Rafine. I can only have one Rafine though. Boom. Rafine goes off on Mondrak. Cityscape leveler, you're gone. Cityscape leveler, you're gone. And that's game, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! Sorry. That was a premature boom. Boom! Oh man, I'm exhausted after that one. Holy cow, that was tough. That was tough. Holy cow, what a game. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, the Mondrak exploiting Dollhouse of Horrors, such a really creative and cool idea. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, just wasn't sure how to do it. And today, you know, pairing that up with the Esper mid-range deck, I feel like we found a really solid home for these two cards. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually going to continue playing this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. But we'll be back again, of course, tomorrow for another video. Again, apologies throughout this week. My voice starts to fade out more and more as the videos go. That's why there was no video yesterday. I couldn't even shoot an intro and outro, so my apologies. But thank you so much for putting up with it and watching me all the way to the end. I appreciate it very, very much. And that'll do it, man. If you guys are part of the Mardu Mob, if you don't know, is the membership program on this channel. I got to give a huge shout out to every person who's in the Mardu Mob. Thank you so much for being part of the membership program. I appreciate you guys helping support this channel and everything you do for me. So thank you so very much. If you want to learn more about that, it's a join button down below or a link in the description below, but it'll tell you all about it. But thanks so much to the Mardu Mob. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. And thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I appreciate you as well. Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.